there it is. That is an Easter dress, my friends. Okay, so I was able to rescue my fabric from the very bottom of that bin, and, well, not the very bottom, it was like halfway through, but I mean, it was at the bottom of the stack, so we're gonna call it the bottom of the bin. Anyway, it's only like a single or a twin. You know, I've never understood the idea of a twin sheet. So you have a single sheet or a single bed, right? Because it's a bed for one person, makes sense. And then you have like a twin bed, which is just another way to say single, but it doesn't make sense, right? Because twins is two, so shouldn't a twin be a double bed, right? Like, shouldn't we call double beds that fit two people a twin bed? Why would we call a single bed the twin bed? Unless you have like two twins in a room with two single beds, but then why don't we just have single beds and double beds? This has like literally bothered me my whole life. Anyway, besides that little rant, it was time to go ahead and take our fitted sheet and cut out the corners so that the fabric would lay flat. I also went ahead and I cut out all of the elastic around the edges because I wanted the fabric to lay flat there as well. So I just went ahead and I did this for all four corners of this fitted sheet. And then I realized that this smelled kind of strange. I don't think I ever washed this sheet when I bought it. I hope I did, but then I really started thinking about it and I was like, maybe I didn't, but it's too late now, so I didn't end up washing it. If you do buy anything from a thrift store though, I do recommend you wash it. It's really important, even if I didn't. Alright, so this project's actually going to be really, really cheap. I believe I got this sheet for about $3.99 or $4.99. Lately, when I've been going to the thrift stores, instead of putting tags on the linens, Goodwill will just put up a sign that says, you know, sheets $3.99, pillowcases 99 cents. So I don't remember the exact price, but we're just gonna say it was $4. And then the pattern I'm going to be using, which is Simplicity 4070, View A, was only $1.99 at Goodwill. And then I'm going to be using a white sheet for my lining, and I'm just gonna say that it was 50 cents. I went to an estate sale and I got like a big box of fabric, and there was pillowcases, sheets, such, and I think I paid $3 or $4 for that box. So we're just gonna say that the sheet was like 50 cents. So that would be 4, 5, 6, less than $7 to make this Easter dress. And I also got like a whole bunch of bulk zippers for Christmas one year. Even if I did the math, the zipper is gonna be less than $1. So we could say that the dress is still about $7. And then it was time to go ahead and cut out all of those lovely, super thin paper patterns. I don't really enjoy doing this just because I feel like they tear, but it is kind of fun to watch. Oh, and that's my sister's bunny. Isn't she the cutest? I paused it so you could get a better look at her. I guess it's kind of fitting because I'm making an Easter dress. I don't know, I hadn't even thought of it at the time when she came, and normally I would be really upset that a bunny went ahead and stepped all over these really fragile, delicate, easy to tear patterns, but she is too cute, so I can't get mad. Plus, like I said, now that I think about it, it's an Easter bunny, so it's really fitting. How could I not have an appearance from the Easter bunny? When I was all done cutting out my patterns of the size that I wanted, I went ahead and I laid them out onto my fabric. I had to adjust the way I laid them out a couple of times until I got everything to fit properly, especially because I couldn't go out to the fabric store or go online and necessarily buy more of this fabric because it's one fitted sheet. I don't know, it seemed pretty old, so I don't know if anybody would still be selling this sheet in this exact pattern. And this is actually the same day, but I had to go ahead and get changed because I was going somewhere and I couldn't be in my pajamas still. So I just went ahead and I cut out the rest of that fabric like I was saying before. It's so funny, you can always see my sister going in and out of her bedroom because I leave my own door open because I have so much hanging on the back of my door and it's just an eyesore. And then it was on to the lining, so I just went ahead and I cut out all the lining pieces as well with the same pattern. Alrighty, I have both of my lining pieces for the skirt cut out, my bodice pieces, which also have lining cut up under them, and then my skirt pieces, and then the waistband. And I went ahead and picked this really pretty blue zipper out of my stash. I think it goes pretty nicely with the flowers on the back. So, otherwise my other choice was pink. I had a pink one, but we're going with blue. It's really, really close in color actually, so I don't know. It'll give it a little extra something on the back of the dress. Okay, so according to the instructions, we're going to stay stitch around the front of the bodice piece just to help with stretching. And then we're going to sew the bodice side seams to the front bodice seams. And then we're going to put darts into the back and stay stitch and then sew that together. And then we'll do that for the lining as well. I know that was kind of confusing, so if you need to, you know, just pause, read here. If you are following along with this tutorial, then you will obviously have these instructions with your pattern and you can just read those. So we have completed the stay stitching on both sides and the neckline. And now I'm just putting the right sides together and I'm pinning the bodice in place, and then I'll sew that down, and I will do the same with this side as well. So I will be back as soon as that is all sewn up. So I have the bodice, the first steps of the bodice completed, and I went ahead and I made my little clips in the bustier part of the bodice according to the instructions. Next, I'm going to take the back of the bodice and I'm going to stay stitch the neckline, put in the darts, and then attach the shoulders to the front of my bodice. All right, and just like that, we sewed ourselves a dress. Not really, but we have the main fashion side or pretty side or visible side of our dress bodice done, so yay! Now we're just gonna prepare the lining in the exact same way and sew them together. The lining and the outer pieces of the bodice are complete, so we have our florally side. Florally? I don't know if that's a word. We have our florally side and then our lining side, and now we are going to move on to this skirt right here. Oh, actually, nope, this skirt right here. And then we'll move on to this part. And I believe that's it. Like that's it. It's such an easy pattern. So, I'm gonna tackle that. Here you can see I am just living out my princess dreams, looking at how pretty that flowy skirt is, I guess. Yeah. Alright, so I've basically finished this dress. All I have to do is finish the hemline and put in a zipper and it would be done. But I do realize that it's way too big in the armpit area and the bust doesn't line up with my bust. It should be more like up here, which would definitely solve the waistline problem because I feel like it's much too low on me. I just overall made this pattern and dress way too big for myself. I'm going to detach the skirt from the bodice, and then I'm going to like bring in the sides of the bodice, maybe shorten up the sleeves, lower the neckline a little, and then reattach the skirt, hem it, put in a zipper. Unless I just wear it with a shrug, and then I could just pretend it does fit. That would be so much easier. So I originally thought that I was just gonna go ahead and keep my outer fabric and my lining connected, and I was just gonna kind of like cut this, reattach it, maybe like, well, let's see, the armpits were gappy, so I was just gonna kind of cut a triangle there and a triangle here and bring it in a little. But now I realize that there's a lot of things that need to really be fixed. Like even the bust was too big. I think bringing it up would help. But I think I'm just gonna take the entire thing apart now, right down to the pieces, and just recut the pattern a bit smaller. Alright, so I finally have taken out all the seams and detached all of my bodice pieces, except for the darts. I left both the darts in there because I'm a little bit lazy still, even if I'm willing to pick out all the stitches to start over. So now I just have to start on the lining and completely pick all the stitches out of those as well. Yay! Alright, so I went ahead and I fixed the bodice, and I do have to say it is much more flattering. Fits me a lot better here, here, in the bust, It actually fits very well in the bust and underarm areas. The pleats don't match up as perfectly with the seams because I decided not to go ahead and alter the skirt. I just left it how it was, and I'll just fix it when I'm doing the zipper. So the pleats still line up all right. Originally, this seam matched here, this one here, that one matched with this, and then this seam matched with that seam. So it's not perfect. It looks better than before though, especially here. I put the waistline up higher, which I think looks a lot nicer. It's a nice twirly dress. So now I just have to put the zipper in the back and finish the hemline, and this Easter dress will be done. So I'm not completely done with the dress yet, but I just had to take a moment to explain how this is the absolute completely best zipper I have ever put into anything before. Look at that. Oh, it's not done up there. I still have to sew it, and turns out the pattern called for a hook and eye for the top, so I have to put that in as well. But look, it's beautiful. I've literally never put in a zipper so nicely. That's not even how you're supposed to put the zipper in, because I don't like putting zippers in the way you're supposed to, and it worked, and it's gorgeous. A lot of the times when I get dresses from thrift stores, I'll have pieces on those dresses that I didn't end up using for things because I'll cut up the dress and I'll only use like the zipper or this or that, and I thought I had an old hook and eye laying around somewhere, but it turns out I don't. So I was going to use the hook and eye off of this perfectly fine bridesmaid's dress that I've never cut up or done anything with, but it turns out there's only a hook. It doesn't have an eye, and I don't really want to make my own eye. I found a hook and eye. This dress is literally the dress that just keeps giving. It's like in the old days where they would take a whale and they would literally use every single piece of that whale for something, like they would use the fat, the bones, the skin, everything. This dress is amazing. I've gotten boning from it, appliques, fabric, lining, and now I've got myself a hook and eye. And here's the finished dress. It gives me a very vintage feel. I don't know. It's really cute. I love it. And that is how I made my Easter dress for only $7. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a great day. Bye!